I am live. Let me just make sure everything is set. Okay, this all looks good. I didn't plan to go live twice today, but I am currently in the process of doing my final project, and I need to build some type of intelligent system. And what I've chosen to use is CPIC, and have not built it yet. In this video, I need to do my homework, and since this homework's probably gonna take a few hours, I figured I just live stream it and show exactly how I'm doing it. Um, I don't know how educational this would be because I'm just probably going to be struggling back and forth on using ChatGPT to build some type of tool to connect with CPIC's API. So let me see. I'm not going to really be engaging that much with the audience. You guys are welcome to just watch and watch me struggle. So here's my screen. I am building it in here. I have a repo that I'm going to upload everything to CPIC, to GitHub, so I can share it with my project team members. So I'm going to close this actually. I want to build let me see first. Oh, I need CPIC. Here it is. I can grab this. So I need to, I want to get recommendations. So I need them to build me a general gene drug pair. So recommendation table contains implications. I probably want to look at another example. So I know that it pulls the recommendations data model pulls from the table 2. Just want to see what it looks like. 2, 2. Here's table 2. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is I want to grab this back. So it needs to know the drug and the genotype. Implications, recommendations. Oh, implications. Recommendation comments on the information. Typically, table 2. The rows in this table will reference the guideline that they originated. Also reference the specific drug they apply to. Some guides might have different recommendations for different populations, so you have a population column. Generally, to get a guarantee, gene lookup key. Okay, different genes can use different methods for matching to recommendations or by phenotype. Activity score by allele status. You can find lookup method for a gene by reading the lookup method column of the gene table. Phenotype. So, okay. So, as an example, here's how you find the recommendation for Oricons on the pediatric population. This one. Sample test alert. For a specific gene activity or for a specific drug. Well, this could be interesting too. Maybe I try this one first. Test alert. Where phenotype and drug ID. Just like directly population gets cleared by phenotype, depending on what the lookup of the gene table is. So you're looking for a gene, specific gene activity scores or phenotypes. Let me see what so Postman's always a good example to see what it looks like first. Let's take a look. Where's my workspace? APIs, no. I always get so confused of where my stuff is. I don't think this is the right one. Maybe it's Team Workspace. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't even have it on here. I need to create a new one. Okay, I'm just going to use this. This is fine. Let's see. So I'll create a new collection here. I'm going to call this CPIC APIs. We just want to test these things. So add a request. Here's a request. Let's try. Let's put this one over here. Let's try this API call. I don't know what this does. This is what again? This is a test alert. I'm just going to call this one a test alert. Test alert. Let's see what it gives us. What the heck is this? No, I copied too much. I only wanted this. Okay. I think that's it. There you go. Okay, so what does this give me? It gives me population, post, test, phenotype, activity, drug ID. Based on this genotype result, ID, drug ID, phenotype. Didn't have this. So this still retrieves. What if it will retrieve just based on the drug? This is cool too. So you can get, based on a given drug, look up key. I'm a little confused on how to use this one. Table alert table has example text for specific gene activity. Let me just see what this looks like here. Can you write me a Python script that uses CPIC's API to retrieve the test alert descriptions when based on a given drug? Here is a example API call that works. Let's do refresh. And I forgot what this F does at the beginning. First, define drug ID as a string variable. Then we use string formatting to construct the API URL. Next, we set get requests. This request is successful. Let's just see what this does. I have no idea what this does. Hopefully, it's just like it says test error, failed to test. Print alert test. I don't know what's wrong. Hopefully, I don't have to switch laptops to do this because I don't know if the Colab's set up correctly. Let's see what ChatGPT says. It does not have a test key. You may monitor it by checking if the key exists. The heck is a key for? This earlier version, we used get methods to retrieve the values for test and description. Did I say something about test earlier? Oh, I did. What's it doing? Drug ID, response to those requests. Please get method to retrieve the test and description. It'd be nice to know what the actual stuff was in that model. Let's see. That's not it. Oops. Go back here. Let's just try this. See what this does. Doesn't look like it did anything. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna try something else because this is not really doing much. Let's see. Gene result information exists in the gene result. API call. Lists are tracked by. Let me try another one maybe. Allele frequency. That one's a really cool one too. Pair table is tracked by each pair is assigned. Let's see what this. Let's see what this looks like actually. Pair ID, drug name, gene symbol. This might be useful. This is just like telling you what gene drug pair guidelines exist. Maybe I'll take a look at this. Can you write me a Python script that would allow me to retrieve all the drug gene pairs from CPIC using the API, using their API? Here is an example of a API call that works. CPIC level URL. Response get. If response structuring pairs equals for pair gene. First define, then we use this ring to instruct the API. Next, we send a get request to the API using the customer answers. Parse the JSON. I just noticed it's parsing JSON. Remove the change of user. Let's see how this works. Dude, I don't even know if this is like processing anything. 1+1. Okay, it is processing stuff. Okay. Let's see. It's just really weird. Response equals request print. I don't know why it's not printing. Yes. The code looks like it runs, but nothing is printing. That's nice. They wrote like some troubleshooting in it. Let's just try this one. Which one is this? No drug pairs and check for adding print statement. Oh, let me see this one. Alright, we're gonna just do that. Yeah. No, there is 93 lists, so why is it not printing anything? Yeah, there's 93. Okay, so it retrieves 93 results. It's working correctly. If you modify the script to allow me, the API actually allows this. What do you need query all A-level pairs. Each pair is assigned tracks information. Okay, no, it's actually no. Modify it to allow me to, let's see if it works for specific pair tables, pair, view, pair, points, implementation, optionally related, pair table and pair view, drug name and guideline name. Still don't wonder why it doesn't display anything. For pair, protein, drug, and gene. It's weird, it doesn't display it. But I don't see the actual contents of the drug and gene pairs. Let's see what this is. Or something really basic I'm missing. Huh. Maybe I'll circle back to this one again. I'll try a different one. Guideline, allele, drug, represents a drug reference somewhere. That's the name of a drug. That's not what I want. What's in drug? Drug. The thing is, I just want to see if I can get some working display here. You know, I think like I should be getting content back, but I'm not. I don't know why. Drug data. This just shows this. Or maybe I can just retrieve all these. Okay. Let's see. Write me a Python script that will retrieve all drugs via CPIX API. Here's an example. Let me save this one. Save as, we just call this one okay. Response request, get URL, response equals request. Script sends a get request to the URL and checks the response to ensure the request was successful. If response code is 200, let's try this. Oh, that works. There's a lot of drugs. I feel like there's classes in it too. That's so weird. It's very organized. For drugs and drug name, get drug name. What's in this table? drug. Oh, can you modify the script to display all the drugs in a table along with um, additional columns, two columns describe that drug. Please knows in this. In the table type, I don't even think those are the correct columns. Type external ID. Let's just see what this does. I don't think this is going to pull the correct stuff. Yeah, they're all empty because those are not the correct columns. Let me put, let's see, what do we have? Drug. That information about coding. Let's see. This one is farm GK13. Storm like drug bank COD. C3 flowchart version and guideline ID. Guideline ID might be very helpful. Okay. Let's see. Can you modify the script to retrieve the following columns? Let's see if that works. Response URL params. Script sends a get requested URL for the drug endpoints with the select parameter. Stores in data frame. Modify to include or exclude columns as needed. Hopefully this works. Yes. I think this is what I want. Have were these all the columns? Yeah, name, farm, arcs, norm. So the question, yeah, this is nice. This is perfect. Okay, so there's guidelines for this. Where's the images? Flowchart. Nice. So I wonder if you can this works. Can you modify the query to allow me to select a drug to query instead of displaying all drugs? By using a query parameter. The script prompts the user to enter a drug name using parameters. Yeah. The shall at least allow me to select the drug to query. Okay, so now it gives me a prompt. I don't remember what drugs are on there. Nice. Okay, so I have something that at least works. Storm ID. So I think this is good. I might actually grab import requests. Actually grab this. Maybe I don't want to know the name of the drug. I want it to. That's not what I'm gonna do. Can you? Let's keep going. I actually want to grab the list of drugs like as a drop down instead of me knowing the name of the drug. Can you modify the script to retrieve the list of drugs that are available instead of having the user manually input the drug? So it grabs all the drug names. Script sends a get requests. They select, sorts the number. Let's see how this works. I'll try this one down here. Oh, so this is really hard to this is really hard to read. I mean, it worked. It showed me the list of drugs, but a little too much. Um, hmm, that worked. Is there any way to implement either paging or a drop-down list to select from so that it's more readable? Pagination, drop-down list. Let's use zero to select a drug. To create a drop-down list, the select box takes the label from the drop-down, selects a list of options. Hopefully this is what I'm looking for, like some type of drop-down. Stop that. No module. So I need to install it. Let's see. I'm receiving an error. I just don't know the syntax to install it. Fixed. Seems like you don't. Okay, cool. Install. Go back here. I'm just gonna put this at the top. That's not what I want to do. Go up higher. Do not currently take account. Here is the source. Hopefully that worked. Let's just try it down here. I actually don't know what this does. I can ask. Let's see. What does this do? So you probably need some type of like thing. I don't think this might be feasible. We might just have to actually have manual entry because this is the UI. I'll figure out later. This is enter. Okay. So this is good. I think this was good too. This one was the one that allowed you to retrieve a specific drug. Um, a script. You modify this to allow an additional entry that will filter for whether there whether the value is present in the guideline ID column. Guideline ID? Yeah, guideline ID column. Which one drugs that even have the specified guideline ID? Skip filtering. Can you actually modify the guideline ID entry to not search for a guideline ID, rather accept a boolean as input? I just want to check whether or not there is a value. Let's try this. Let's try coding. True. Okay, try this again. Coding and false. False didn't work. Filter for drugs. Maybe it's just if it exists or not, and just ignores the false. What's another? Then we'll just keep this one. Let me add another code here. This query, this table column. This is move this way. This was the drugs API. Yeah, drug API. No. By drugs, their standard identifiers, and whether or not and whether there are any associated CPIC guidelines. Okay. I want to see if there's a drug gene pair to the mono represents guideline, single guideline. What do we get from this? Let's version 14 from GKP genes. I don't think this one's as interesting. Maybe I will go back for this one. Drug and gene. Let me go back here. Okay. And you write another Python script that will call the CPIC API. This time, I want to retrieve all recommendations, or I want to retrieve recommendations from the recommendation table, given a drug and gene pair. Here is an example API call. That's a lot to enter. Gene name, gene value. Where is that? Is that the right one that I picked? Oh, that is the right one. Let's just see what this gets again. This looks incorrect. Column recommendation. Lookup key. Lookup key and lookup key equals. That's so weird. I don't know why this one doesn't work. They check the same. Let me actually try this again. Let's try another API call. Are you familiar with the CPIC API? Can you give me a Python script to retrieve recommendations for a given gene drug pair? This might be more what I'm interested in. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's check the actual API. API CPIC or V1 recommendation. And it said that it failed to retrieve recommendations. I don't think the syntax is correct for the API. Here is, you modify the script. Here is an example API call to retrieve recommendations. Can you modify this script so that it rolls the text? One, two, 1, 2, 4, 3. Step 2D6. Let's try this again. Maybe I need to enter the whole thing. Arcs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3. Step 2D6. R4. This is not working. um, hmm. Are you able to modify the script to only accept a drug based on its name instead of the ID? Do not have JSON, yeah. Lookup key, tree recommendation based on drug ID. Based on the drug name, and it uses that ID. Tree recommendations. Enter the lookup key format gene genotype. Set to D6. This is probably going to be so wrong. I wish I can actually make Postman work. Drug ID equals and lookup key. I don't know actually what this is. So there's a lookup key. Recommendation lookup. Is it because I have certain things different? try another. Let me start. This is strange that the API call doesn't work from here. It's really strange. If we didn't have population, it still doesn't work. Reference the column. This is definitely querying this table, and it's where drug ID equals this. And lookup key. What is CS? The pediatrics population. Gene where symbol. What is this one? No, I already need this one though. Drug gene. Gene lookup key. I don't know what this is. Lookup key dot CS. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is what I care about. Pairs. Allele frequency. Yeah, it's just this one I'm interested in. Similar. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Tim, if you're watching, I'm working on my homework assignment using ChatGPT to build a query to CPIX API. I cannot get the syntax correct, which is unfortunate. I'm able to retrieve drugs, which is cool. The other day, I was able to, in like 10 minutes, actually build this, and I don't remember what I did. Um, I probably should have read a little bit more into this. Maybe I'll try to start once more again. Okay. Can you make me a Python that will call fix API to retrieve positions given drug gene pair? See, this is kind of what I want. I want to be able to define that drug gene. But I know this part's incorrect because the API syntax is off. It's going to just give me an error because the API is off. So the API is this. So this should be api.cpig.org/v1. What the heck is this? You know what, let me just go back here. It says, I don't know what this, I'm just going to decode it. I don't know what they're doing with all those like stuff at the end. Tim says pain. It is painful, but it's also kind of cool. You kind of learn as you go. Uh, so current encounters and invalid JSON context. What's going on here? Some possible issues. I have no idea what the heck that. What the heck is this? Um, okay. This is the response I received. Oh, this is such an epic fail. No, that's not what I want. I know the thing is on URL content type, make the API request. I don't want this. Interest, define the API endpoint and parameters. Format gene drug. This is just so strange on how it's formatted. Try one more time. Where is CPIC? As an API that allows users to query the recommendations associated with a given drug and gene pair. You write Python script that will query the API given a I already have requests, just in case I don't. I don't know why this doesn't work. Just clear up some of these. Unmatched. What is your error? Print guideline annotation. Is this like actually parsing the JSON? PC realm, constructed response. It looks like it works, but the response is very hard to read. I'm assuming it's a JSON object. Oh, this is still very hard to read. If status code data print JSON dumps. Still very hard to read. A way to modify this script to the JSON. I think I'm going down the wrong path. This doesn't look like the stuff that I was getting before. I'm not using a separate system either. I can try it to see what it does. It's so weird it displays this. I wonder if I can just change it from here. Where the base URL is. Maybe I'm using the wrong URL. Maybe that's why. So v1, and we are trying to retrieve drug. It's from the recommendation. The URL, base URL you are using in the script, or I think the base URL you are using in the script is incorrect. Yeah. Correct base URL. Further to query the patient Git API. Retrieve recommendation given drug and gene pair. Oh, this better be the one. What the heck is this? Instead of passing it directly, we should pass it as a JSON object. And retrieve the recommendation for a given number. This number passing drug as a JSON object. That seems excessive. Nope, that's not right, man. Really? How do you even know that? Okay. I don't know if this is correct, man. Dang it. Okay. I might just need to do some. Oh, I wonder if this is the one I was using last time as a better example. Guidelines for a drug recommendation lookup. Okay. This is what I want to take a look at. Recommendation lookup. Knowing the lookup key, we can now look up a recommendation. Rows in recommendation view. This is the one I was looking for. Oh. Yeah, this is a lot easier. What does this do? And search for a diplotype. Find recommendations for a diplotype. This might come in handy. So if you know a given gene, okay, you write me another Python script that will query recommendations using the CPIC API. I want to find all recommendations for a given gene. Here is an example API call. A list instead of a dictionary. Loop to the list and filter over for genes we're interested in. Specify the actual. No, you do specify the gene in there. You specify the specific diplotype. Here's your gene with this diplotype. It's unfortunate because then you need to actually know the diplotype, and I think we want to avoid that. What exactly did you do wrong? Oops. Just struggling today. I should probably just give up on this chain. This would be an additional feature anyways. I just want to find the guidelines. So let me just give up on this one. This is the, what did this one return? It says, this endpoint can be used instead of the previous calls the recommendation lookup in recommendation view. The diplotype query must be a JSON object with keys that are gene symbols. Must be JSON with keys that are allele names and values that accounts of those alleles, for example. Star one, star one, or another example. Oh, this is the actual recommendation lookup. True metabolizers. What does this return? So this is type lookup. When the lookup key, we need to use the next step to look up a recommendation. Evaluate that means the stream. Phenotype. Look up everything. Example. Just look up property. Sometimes you use more than one gene to say it's a JSON object. One key per key. So this is the full thing we need to look for. Gene lookup method. Gene symbol. Key. Drugs by name. was I each order sheet come? I wonder if you can query for a specific values in here. Add this API. You write me another script. For yours and their associated recommendations. There is an API call that works. This is going to be for the fall and for drug pairs. Guideline. So for pair and pair drug equals. Mesh here. So guideline. So there was in pair functionality. Of a goodness, I didn't realize it was this long. Oops. I don't know if that's gonna work. Uh, let me see. Prepare this script, prepare it out. Saying with a key or correct. I don't think that was the issue though. Oh, that it just says no commands available. So what are you doing here? So set the base URL for set the endpoint paired Set the query parameters. Just because guidelines didn't exist in here. Guideline name and guideline URL. What are you trying to retrieve? Unimpaired. You modify the script to retrieve the guideline name and URL instead of guidelines. Modify the entire output to display the following columns. That didn't really look pretty. To modify this script to allow filtering by name. What are correct ones that were amikacin? Why it's not parsing correctly? Drug name params equals drug name. Oh wait, print drug name, if drug name, put the drug name, params. No, maybe this get the drug name, filter by drug name equals put. Let's see what it's gonna say. I can't believe I spent an hour and a half on this already. The other one worked. It's just like, I'm gonna go back to this one. Please start from this script again. To filter by drug ID, by drug to filter by drug name. It's much more readable in this case. I don't know why it gets the error though. Using like incorrect drug name, or maybe you need quotes. Oh, you don't need quotes. It's definitely something wrong with the code. The filter doesn't work. Equals starts. Yeah, it's showing this. Moving along, because that's change a lot. Let's go back. So the basic is done by this API creations, information on one publication. I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. That's the one I was looking for earlier, right? Right. Me, new Python script. The drug engine is an example of API call. 37. I want. Knowing the look select drug name and ChatGPT. I usually have better luck with ChatGPT. It usually doesn't take this long. I just think my brain is fried. Equals select drug ID params name recommendation. Let's see what it says. I'm just assuming my syntax is incorrect. It's not really the program in this case. No, I don't think this is right. Select drug ID. Wish there's an easier way to look this up. Yeah, I started using ChatGPT since it first came out as well. Um, I don't know why it's more difficult with this API. Usually it does a lot better. You write me a Python script. Use retrieves recommendations. This is an example API call. Simply run it using engine information when prompted. Let's try this one. The drug ID. See, I don't know if you need the full RX norm. Do you need this? I don't think so. I think it's equal to already. So the drug ID, it should be just equal to this. So it should be this RX norm. And you want to do the lookup key, and they already give you the CS. What am I looking at? Right here. The CS dot. So you need everything. CS dot. Recommendation is the issue. Human drug format guideline. Oh, so I got part of it. Actually retrieved it. Just messed up on this recommendation piece. For recommendation, lookup parameter. Is it the endpoint that's incorrect? No, looks like it is recommendation. Let me see what. I don't think that's the thing either. I'm a little lost with this. Lookup piece. So I wonder if we can use this. The other one probably was. Oops. Look through the recommendations and print each and its associated information. So maybe it's the information that's incorrect. So here's your ID, guideline ID. Be able to modify this script to print all columns instead of listing all of them out. So drug ID again, it's the equal and CS. Actually, no. Modify this script to hard code the gene info with this input. Behavioral endpoint parameters. Where's your drug? Oops. Base URL says set a GET request with the specified site plus the endpoint. Base URL plus endpoint and params. So getting all the columns correct. Your columns are incorrect. There is a successful output. That worked. Are you able to modify the script to have it display in a table format? So close. Says as a string rather than a dictionary. Or is this? Isn't this looks like the same thing? This looks more correct. Yeah. I guess it could be string. It's still airing out there. Starting out. You to display in another is easier to read. What the heck is this? I don't think this is what I want. What's the thing I had earlier? I think I need to start again. There's too many going on. Which one's this? Yeah, this one I want to keep. Recommendation. Select track name, get other recommendation data plus. So it's in the select. Python script. Create the CPIC API. For example, API call like this. Level of evidence. Where do you get level of evidence? It's like, I think it's from a different thing. I'm looking correct. Here is what the output for a successful API call. I don't know why the level of evidence errors out. I don't think there's a level of evidence here. Drug recommendation, phenotypes, activity, lookup key, population, inducing information. Yeah, I don't think it's in there. On there. Drug recommendation. Let me see what I want to actually pull out of here. So I probably want to pull applications, Drug recommendation. Phenotypes. Okay. Yeah. Try some of these. I'll try this. Retrieve additional columns for oh I think I'm at the limit of ChatGPT. I didn't know there was a limit for this. This is unfortunate. Must have been making too many requests. Oh, looks like I need to take a break from this. I will be back on later because I need to finish my project. So, um,